Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Welcome to Rotary presentation for District 5000. I'm Benson Medina. I'm the district trainer for District 5000, which is basically all of Hawaii. And we're going to spend a few minutes today learning a little bit about Rotary International and Rotary in District 5000. And if you're somebody that's just joined Rotary or thinking about joining Rotary, most importantly, what Rotary means for you. Okay, so we're District 5000. Rotary is an international service organization. It's all over the entire planet. We have Rotarians, 35,000 clubs in over 200 countries. There's over 1.2 million of us across the globe. Like I said, these network of clubs, which you're either part of or going to be a part of, are all over the United States, foreign countries, just about everywhere that you can think of. There is a Rotary Club. Now, Rotary is basically, just in one sentence, what is Rotary? It's basically local leaders that join together to do something good for their communities. In turn, they're like for us in District 5000, for our communities, our island, our state, our nation, and ultimately world. So, like I was saying, we have Rotary clubs in over 220 countries. We divide that out. The clubs are grouped together in about 530 different districts, and these districts are divided into 34 regional zones. So we're a part of the West Coast, and Hawaii is part of our regional zone, which is, I believe, District 26 and 27. All right, so we're District 5000, which includes our entire state. So in our entire state, we have 53 Rotary clubs scattered, throughout our islands. We've got about 1,500 Rotarians that are in our state, which makes us one of the largest service organizations in the state of Hawaii. Naomi Masuna is our current district governor, and the district governor is basically, that position is like the CEO of Rotary. So she runs all of our daily operations. Naomi is a retired banker with Bank of Hawaii, has been a Rotarian for many, many years. And it takes a while to get up to the level where you can be district governor and have that experience to basically manage an organization that spreads across our state. Like I said, 53 clubs and about 1,500 Rotarians. Okay, so her team includes 11 assistant governors, and there are people strategically placed across the islands and in certain districts. We have 52 club presidents. This picture that you're seeing now is our president-elect training, which happens every year in on the West Coast. San Jose is where this picture was taken. And so every club sends their president-elect to get this training. It typically happens in early March. And then these 52 club presidents, along with the 11 assistant governors and Naomi, basically take the leadership role of our entire organization in District 5000. So what is Rotary? Well, it was started in 1905 by a Chicago attorney named Paul Harris, who was a professional and wanted to reach out to other professionals to do service throughout his area. Now, I'm not sure if he was thinking that this thing would someday become a worldwide international organization, but from their start in 1905, they began to put together people that were interested, professional people that were interested in doing service. Now, the reason they call it Rotary is they rotated the meeting between the first few individuals that got together, and so that name stuck. So by 1910, when Rotary expanded into Canada, it became an international organization. And so by 1925, there were Rotary clubs on 6 continents. And the first Rotary club that was outside North America was actually in the Philippines. So first Rotary Club in Hawaii was chartered in 1915, and it had 29 members. They met in the old McCandless building right here in Honolulu. And shortly after that, a few years after that, the Rotary Club of Hilo was actually started in 1920. And last year, they celebrated their 100th anniversary. And they're a pretty big, well, actually one of the largest clubs in our district. So what do Rotarians do? So, you know, you may see Rotary signs out there. You might see Rotarians, you know, painting the side of a building, picking up rubbish all over the place, handing out food. Well, the basic thing that Rotarians do is we work together. And these 52 clubs that are across our state, we join together to take action in our communities. That's why we're basically known as people of action. And we try to basically help whatever the community is doing. We're, as the slide says, we're problem solvers. We share ideas, and we try to make lasting change in our community. So some of the projects that we might do is tree planting. There's last year our district Rotary clubs planted about 2,000 trees across our state. We can do everything from you know, cleaning up the side of the road to painting buildings, repairing buildings. We have a program that distributes dictionaries to elementary school kids. We have read-along programs. So anything in which we can provide service for the community, we're all over that. And actually one of our mottos is service above self. We also have regular meetings. The typical Rotary Club meets once a week. Some of them meet in the morning, some of them meet at lunchtime. We have Pauhana groups that meet after work. So every club basically kind of decides when they're going to meet. My club, I'm a member of the Rotary Club of South Hilo, and we meet Tuesdays at lunch. Now, since the pandemic, of course, lots of clubs, or almost all the clubs, have been meeting virtually, which has ended up being kind of a cool thing, because now people from clubs anywhere in the state can join meetings of clubs anywhere in the state. So it is kind of a cool thing to be meeting virtually. Like I said, we do lots of community service projects. On this slide that you can see, that's a rescue tube program. So Rotary clubs all over the state have embraced this rescue tube program, where we basically install them in beaches. So especially beaches that don't have an active lifeguard, where a bystander can take this rescue tube and throw it out there to somebody who's in distress. So that person obviously might be saved. The lower picture that you see, a large community service project in Honolulu, and typically we will work together as a group so that our impact is increased by working together. Okay, we also work a lot with youth. We have a program that's called RILA. It's a Rotary Youth Leadership Academy, and we have these all over the state. And it's typically high school students that we bring in for 2 to 3 days, and basically teach them leadership skills that are kind of based around Rotary principles. And you know, we believe that investing into our youth is a really important program in Rotary. So anytime that there's a youth program, and we have high school students, and actually we have Rotary programs for youth all the way down to 12 years old. We have, like I said, high school programs. We have a college program called Rotaract. So, we try to work with youth from an early age and to just develop these principles of, service above self and contribution to our community. Now we connect our business leaders. So a lot of people joined Rotary. I mean, I did when I first started because I wanted to network with other business leaders. But what happens is that when people come in and they want to connect with business people, that's really good because there's lots of business people there. In fact, most of our members are business people. But then they find out that it's more than just the business people. That although that network is valuable, what ends up happening is that our ability to go out there and service the community is bigger than just connecting business-wise. But we do have an active, very, very active business community. One of the things that's important is we develop leadership within our district. We have a district leadership academy. So if somebody wants to develop leadership skills, it's an opportunity to do that. And to develop leadership skills within the community, which are different than leadership skills, corporate leadership skills where, you find a hierarchy, you're working in a hierarchy, right? And so, if you tell somebody to do something in your work, then they basically got to do it. But in community leadership, we consider ourselves servant leaders where, we're working with people that are typically volunteers, people that want to be there. And so it's really about trying to achieve the goals, that our groups want to try to accomplish, our clubs want to try to accomplish, as opposed to, just trying to get as much, power as you can. So servant leadership is the way we go. And here at Rotary, we have an opportunity to do that. We also raise really critical funds to support other nonprofit groups. Every single Rotary club that's in our has the ability now to go out, or they have a fundraiser of some kind, and they donate these funds to organizations who need them. So this is me and our treasurer of our foundation donating this check to the Hilo Medical Center Foundation for $10,000. And this club down there that's involved in putting together an annual fundraiser that donates to these organizations. So it's a super important part of what Rotary does, because without us, a lot of these nonprofit groups out there that are trying to do good things for people have a difficult time doing it. The other thing is that we're able to respond to local and worldwide crises, problems that are out there. In 2018, when we had this big lava flow on the Big Island, our local clubs really got together to provide a lot of not just financial relief, but we helped rebuild schools, provide temporary shelter, lots of things that we worked with other organizations that were trying to do the same thing too. But Rotarians, because we're a worldwide organization, I mean, there were funds and assistance pouring in from all over the world. So like locally right now in the pandemic, our club, actually all the clubs in East Hawaii are now manning the phones, signing up people who want to make appointments to get vaccine shots. So we have the ability to respond, which is a very cool thing. Okay, so you're asking what's in it for you if you're somebody who just joined Rotary or looking at joining Rotary, what does Rotary mean for you? Well, obviously it gives you a chance to connect with community leaders. So these pictures, I mean, obviously there's our governor there with our former district governor, Nolani Flynn. That other picture, the next picture next to him is our former mayor in Hawaii Island, Harry Kim. And it does give us an opportunity to connect with community leaders, because these community leaders are really kind of focused on the ability of Rotary to do really great things for the community. So they definitely want to be on our side. We have a chance to contribute to community service. So all of our members are kind of keenly aware out there of projects that we could do that could use either our funds or our muscle to get some of these projects done. This is the groundbreaking right here for Centennial Park, which is in Waikiki now. And with the help of Rotary, that park is now one of the most beautiful places really in all of Waikiki. We obviously have a chance to develop leadership skills. And so whether you're a young professional just coming up, or you're somebody that wants to take advantage of learning leadership skills, or be in charge of a small group, a committee, or an entire club, there's lots of opportunity here to do community leadership skills, or to develop skills at a community level. One of the great things about Rotary is if you get into Rotary, you start developing these relationships. And so this picture on the left here, these are some of our club members. These three guys right here have all been Rotarians for over 50 years now. And so those relationships, once you make them, they last a lifetime. And then, this picture over the right here is, basically a younger group. This is my granddaughter actually over here on the right. And, she's 22 years old and just starting in on her Rotary career. So she'll make connections with people there that will last her entire lifetime. Well, one of the really strong points in being involved in Rotary is that it's a really super good environment for families. So this picture on the left, that's all my family right there. My kids, my cousins, my nieces, my grandkids. And so whenever there's a function, they're all out in force, because part of what we do in our family is to try to have a purpose in our life that's bigger than us. And for us, that's Rotary as well. So if you're a family person, or you have kids that are growing up, or just members of your family that you want to connect into something that's beyond themselves, that's bigger than them, Rotary is an awesome place to do that. You have a chance actually to grow as a human being. I know for me in my Rotary career, I felt like I was pretty together when I started. But over the time that I've been a Rotarian and got to know other people in Rotary, and I can see that they're selfless, they're dedicated to advancing our community. They're there to serve a purpose beyond themselves. You have a chance to really advance and grow as a human being. And, we ultimately become whatever we're exposed to the most. And if you expose yourself to the kind of people that are in Rotary, you can only really grow and expand as a person. So I highly really recommend it to anybody at any age and at any stage in their life. So that's basically it. That's a summary of Rotary. And this is our website, rotaryd5000.org, where all the trainings, there's calendars, there's stories about clubs, there's opportunities for people to volunteer for things, some of the history of Rotary, lots of things that you can link into. You could spend a whole morning just connecting with stuff that's all Rotary. So I want to thank you guys for coming today and listening to it. And feel free to contact us. You can do that through our website. We'd be glad to talk with you more about Rotary. So thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, you can stop the recording now. So Kate.